People versus Tierra Gamble.
Yes, Maurice Davis appearing on behalf of Tierra Gamble. I'll ask the court to waive my client's appearance for today's pretrial.
And good morning, Your Honor. James Bennett appearing on behalf of the Wayne County Airport Authority. Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Davis. We're prepared to offer a 771 for 3 months. The firearm may be returned upon successful completion of her probationary period. It's my understanding that Mr. Davis is going to ask that Ms. Gamble be able to submit her plea via mail.
So you want us to do a plea by mail? It is, Mr. Davis, do you want us to send it to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, what I'll end up doing is it'll be a deferred for 3 months. Guns are $700. We'll do a plea by mail. Can she pay that within 30 days of the return of the plea?
Yes.
Okay, it'll probably go out tomorrow or Monday. So they'll send it to you. And then it says right on the plea that the gun will be returned at the completion of the probationary period. So if Heather has any questions, then they'll reach out to you either tomorrow or Monday, but you should get the plea in the mail and then have your client sign it, return it. And then we'll take care of it from there. Okay.
All right, that works. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. You're all set then. Have a great day. Ms. Manarino,
Yes, Judge.
the Josie Chapman, which is the 1110 formal hearing. I just got a message from Christine at the court that she's on her way to the court. I've got a phone number if you want to call and try to work it out with her.
Okay.
It's 419
Uh-huh.
304 4688. And if
Okay.
you work something out, just tell her, give her 30 days and just tell me what it is and we'll put it on the file. All right?
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep. Jim?
I don't think he heard you, Angela.
That's his ticket, not mine, Judge.
Can't be. It says Bazzy.
It's Airport Bazzy. I just
Oh.
looked it up.
Oh, really? Oh,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Mena,
Yes, Judge.
can you call, your formal hearing at 11:10, Dozy Chapman? Apparently
Yes.
she's trying to drive to the court. It's a formal hearing by Zoom. She's very confused. You want to try to call her and see if you can work it out?
Yeah, Judge. Do you have a telephone number for
Yeah, I
her?
do. I just gave it to Angela. It's 419-304-4688.
4680.
So if you,
Okay.
Angela just talked to her, I think.
I didn't call her. I just looked it up. I didn't have it on my list.
Yeah, if you call
Yeah.
her, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'm just finishing
Jim,
with
if
Ms.
you work something out with her, just give her 30 days to pay if that works.
Okay, will do, Judge. I'm on
Thanks.
with Ms. Belcher on the other
Oh.
one. Okay.
Mr. Powell, good morning. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this dangerous weapon at the airport, they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months. On successful completion of the 3-month period and payment of $700 in costs, this case will be dismissed. You can, and then and they'll return your gun after the completion of the probationary period. You can take that plea. I have a court-appointed attorney that's in a breakout room with somebody else. If you want to talk to the court-appointed attorney about your options, you can do that also.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay, there's one person in with her right now, and I'll put you next. Okay, so just mute yourself and hang out for a few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Miss Belcher,
Yes,
on
Judge.
People versus Algathi.
Yes, Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to speak with the city attorney. He's going to be offering my client reduced plea to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive with dismissing the speeding ticket.
Can you understand, sir, by pleading guilty to this added count that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes,
And is it true that on or about December the 2nd of last year, you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in?
yes,
It is a $200 ticket. The state adds $145 for a total of $345. Can you pay that within 30 days?
yes,
If you pay that within 30 days, you can mail it in, you can come to the court live and pay it, or you can pay it online. Do you understand?
yes. The link for the pay, it's on the ticket, right? Correct?
It's on the 34th District Court website. Yep, you can pay it there if you want.
Okay,
Just make sure you take care of it within 30 days, okay?
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set. Have a great day.
You too.
Your Honor, may I have just a couple of minutes to go to the restroom, please?
You can, and then I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Powell. It's a,
I can do Powell first.
okay, it's
There
a
was someone else
deferred
waiting for
for
me.
3 months. It's a gun, so it's $700 and the gun will be returned upon completion of the 3 months.
Okay,
and
thank you.
payment. Mr. Powell, if you hit join, you can go into breakout room number 1 with Miss Belcher and have a conversation with her about the plea offer.
What?
Good morning. What's your last name?
Hadley?
What is it?
Hadley?
Jody?
Yes.
Hang on just a second, Miss Hadley. Let me pull your file.
Okay.
Miss Manarino, I think it's your case.
It is, Judge. There's no offer on the retail fraud on the contributing. If she pleads to that, we'd ask the court take it under advisement for 6 months.
Okay, I'm gonna have you, it's listed as MIDC. I'm gonna have you talk to the court-appointed attorney, Miss Hadley, in just a minute. She's in a breakout room with somebody else. Go ahead and mute yourself and I'll have you talk to her in just a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. Good morning, Mr. Mead. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? Doing all
Pretty
right?
good. I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this dangerous weapon, they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months. Upon successful completion of the 3-month period, what was the weapon? Was it a gun or was it something else?
It was a gun. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, only because guns are $700, payment of $700 in 3 months that they'll dismiss it. You can take that plea if you would like to talk to the court-appointed attorney. I have one person in front of you, and you can talk to her about what your options are if you'd like to.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so if you
All
just hang out, she's in a breakout room with somebody and I can give you, actually, Mr. Nunley, you want to do me a favor and talk to Mr. Mead since you're sitting here? I'll put you in a breakout room with Mr. Nunley right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you hear me? It's a dangerous weapon gun at the airport. So it offers deferred 3 months, $700.
Okay, and does he get the gun back? I forget.
He does get the gun back as long as
Okay.
it's legally registered.
Okay.
Mr. Mead, go ahead and hit join to breakout room number 3 and Mr. Nunley will meet you there.
All right. Will do. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Mena, did you get a hold of Miss Chapman?
Judge, she went right to voicemail. I'll try calling again.
Okay.
See if I get hold of her.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. Good morning, ma'am. What's your last name?
Valenzuela?
Erica?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me pull your file. Hang on just a second.
Thank you.
Ms. Valenzuela, I have an offer from the prosecutor that they'll recommend a deferred sentence. If you plead guilty to this charge, they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months on successful completion of the 3-month period. And was it a firearm that the weapon?
Yes.
That upon successful completion of a 3-month period and payment of $700 in costs, this case would be dismissed. and your gun would be returned after that time frame.
I would
You're
have to
interest-
do, so I'm sorry.
If you're interested in taking that plea, I can take the plea from you. If you want to talk to the court-appointed attorney first, I can have you do that.
Okay, wait. I do not understand. They want me to do 3 months like in jail?
No. It's a
Oh.
deferred sentence for 3 months, meaning you plead guilty, you pay the cost and don't get in trouble for 3 months. And at the end of that time, it's dismissed. And your gun, as long as it's legal, a legal registered handgun would be returned.
Okay, I will take that.
Okay, hang on just a second and I'll take that plea. Mr. Nunley, did you talk to Mr. Mead?
Yeah, and he would like to avail himself of the offer. The only question that he has is where he would actually go to pick up the gun, and
Mr. Mena, at the return, after the completion, they contact the airport police to get the return of the firearm.
Judge, I'm sorry, I was on the wrong phone with Ms.
No,
Chapman.
it's okay. Mr. Mead wants to know about the return of his firearm. I take it at the end of his completion that he contacts airport police and they can help him in securing the return of his firearm. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. What he'll do is he'll call the airport police. They'll verify that he successfully completed his probation and then return the firearm to him.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Mead, do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on November the 16th, you were at Detroit Metropolitan Airport, you attempted to go through the checkpoint, the security checkpoint with the prohibited item firearms?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea. I'll defer for the 3 months. Can you pay the $700 within 30 days or do you need a payment plan?
I can pay. Yes, ma'am.
I'll make a notation, pay within 30 days. At the completion of the 3 months, you do not have to come back. We will dismiss it. You can reach out to us to get a copy of the dismissal and then you can contact airport police about the return of your firearm. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. You're all set. Thank you very much and have a
All
nice
right, thank
day.
you. Thanks, you as
Miss-
well.
Miss Valenzuela,
Yes.
same thing. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form and that you're going to plead guilty to this charge?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on or about November the 12th, you were at Detroit Metropolitan Airport and attempted to go through the security checkpoint with a handgun?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea. I'll defer for the 3 months, assess the $700 in cost. Can you pay that $700 within 30 days?
If I could please get a payment plan.
I can do that if you want me to. If you got to do it if you need more time than 3 months, then it's not dismissed.
No,
in that
I
time
could,
frame.
I could pay it within the 3 months.
Okay,
yeah.
so do you want me to assess like $250 a month? You'd make 2 payments of
That'd be perfect.
$250 and a payment of 100, okay, or 200.
Yes.
I made a notation of $250 a month payment plan. And can I get a cell phone and an email from you so we can mail you the payment plan?
Yes. Cell phone is 419-280-3526.
And an email.
Email is my first and last name, Erica Valenzuela, ERIKA VALENZUELA1116@icloud.com.
Perfect. All right. I'll accept the plea, assess the 700, make the payment plan at $250 a month. No trouble for the 3 months. And then as you heard me tell the other gentleman at the end of that time, once we dismiss it, you can reach out to the airport police and get your firearm returned. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too, and be safe. Thank you.
You too. Miss Mast, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Miss Mast, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you, you're waiting, you have an attorney, Mr.
I do.
Greenblatt. Okay.
Yeah, it was the
Hang
10th.
out.
I just was jumping on to make sure it didn't have any problems.
No worries. You can just hang out if you want. And I know you're a little bit early. You
Yeah.
can hang out or you can call back in 10 or 15 minutes. It's up to you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I didn't forget about you, Miss Hadley. Just hang out.
Hey, Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
I have Ms. Chapman on the phone. I could do a double parking, $100, and she would accept that payment within
You pay
30.
that within 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
just tell her she can either mail it in. I'm pulling her file right now. I'll amend it to a double parking, $100. Ask her, she can either mail it in, pay it on the website, or come live to the court and pay it.
Okay, I will let her know.
All right, okay, so tell her she's all set.
And I will. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Nunley, what are you here on?
Van Buren v. Elizabeth Chamberlain, scheduled at 10:30.
Okay.
Can I jump in a breakout room with Angela real quick before she gets here?
Sure.
You want to go to two, Judge?
Miss Manarino, you're still in 2, yep. Although I've gotta move Mr. Nunley to there. Okay, go ahead and go to 2. Miss Beverly? Tian Beverly, can you hear me? Ms. Beverly, can you hear me? Um, Mr. Beverly, I apologize. Can you hear me, Mr. Beverly? Ms. Belcher,
Yes, Judge.
on Mr. Powell's case, are you ready?
Yes, Judge, we are ready.
People versus Daquan Powell.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Powell. Your Honor, I had an opportunity to go over the plea offer with my client. I did try to renegotiate that offer with Mr. Mena. I did relay to my client that any reduced plea to a civil infraction has been declined. The offer remains at the 3 months delayed. He would be able to get his gun back and the $700 fine. The only thing he asked, Your Honor, he does want to go forward with that plea deal, is that he would ask that Your Honor consider reducing the fine amount, if that's okay with Mr. Mena. His financial situation's a little strapped right now. He does have 3 kids that he's responsible for. He cuts hair. That's not a regular income. And he has not yet started collecting his unemployment. So they rely solely on his wife's income to support their entire family.
I'll cut it in half to the 350, which I don't ever do because the guns are a standard 700. So I want your client to understand I'm making an extreme exception, you know, on his behalf. And do you understand, Mr. Powell, by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes.
And
thank
is
you.
it true that on November the 15th, you were at Detroit Metropolitan Airport and you attempted to go through the security checkpoint with a handgun?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea. I'll defer for 3 months. Do you need a payment plan?
No.
Can I write pay within 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. Make the payment of the 350 within 30 days. We'll pull your record as long as you don't have any violations in the 3 months. I'll dismiss it and then you can reach out to the airport police about the return of your handgun, okay? As long as it's legally registered.
Your
And
Honor,
that's
and my
after
client-
the 3 months.
Yes. And my client is a CPL holder, and I did go over with him that there could be a potential suspension of his CPL license with this.
Okay. There shouldn't be with the deferred though.
I would hope not, but
Yeah,
it's my
I-
understanding that sometimes it has been reported. So
Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be with us, but I understand that that's a possibility. All right, you're all set, Mr. Powell. You can make that payment online, live at the court, or you can mail it in, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you're all set. Mr.
All right, thank
Beverly, can you hear me? Ms. Belcher, I knew that took more time than you thought. Are you still trying to take a break?
it's okay, Judge. I see you got people backed up. Let's just do it.
Okay, I have Miss Hadley, who's got a contributing and a retail fraud. Contributing apparently with Miss Manarino, there's no offer. It would be a $345 ticket. There is a
Okay.
retail, there's a under advisement offer under 771 on the retail fraud, and that's $250. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Hadley.
Leanna, it's no offer on the retail fraud, 6 months on the.
Oh,
contributing.
I'm sorry, my misunderstanding, Miss Manarino. I
Sorry.
apologize.
Contributing, no offer on the retail fraud, but no
Correct.
probation, just fines. Well, she would have the probation term with the 771. Is there a term that was set?
So they're
6 months.
flipped, then the price is the same, but it's flipped. Then the contributing is the 250 and the retail fraud is the 345. It's the same amount, but it's flipped.
And what was the delay, Angela?
6 months.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Hadley, I'm gonna have you join a breakout room with Miss Belcher.
Hey, man.
So I'm gonna put you in there. Hang on just a second. And go ahead and hit join.
Okay.
And Mr. Beverly, can you hear me now? No such luck. Mr. Cleunen,
Yes, ma'am.
how do you pronounce it?
Kalunian.
Union, yeah.
Yeah,
Tongue
Union, I'm
twister.
sorry.
I have a recommendation from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this disorderly at the airport, they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months, $200 in costs. This case will be dismissed. Are you interested in taking that plea, or would you like to talk to your
No,
talk to
that
one
would
of
be,
the court-appointed
would be
attorneys
fine,
about
ma'am.
your options? Pardon?
that's totally fine. I will accept that. I just want this to be done. It's quite embarrassing.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on or about November the 15th, you were at Detroit Metropolitan Airport and you caused a disturbance?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea. I'll defer for 3 months. Can you pay the $200 within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
If you pay that either online, live at the court, or mail it in within 30 days, don't get in trouble in the next 3 months. Pull your record and dismiss it, and you'll be done with us, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working in Kentucky right now on an ice storm, helping restore the power lines. Will my girlfriend be able to go online and do that? Because
She can. She just has to put in your name. Yep. Or she can come over live to the court and pay it or mail it.
Okay, I appreciate it because I had to drive 20 miles from the job site to get signal down in the.
No. You're all set. You're good. Go back to work. Get those people power, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. Could
Yeah.
you help me sign off? Because I'm the one that called
I
you a
will.
month before and I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, nope, you're good. I'll remove you. You're all set. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you. Yep.
Mr. Greenblatt, I have your client, Miss Mast, on. Do you need a breakout room with Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor, we had the opportunity to discuss the issue yesterday, and we're prepared in conjunction with my discussions with Mr. Mena yesterday to offer a plea pursuant to 771. I just caught the tail end of the last hearing, but it sounds very similar. And after 3 months of supervision, no jail time, that it would be dismissed and Miss Mast would receive the return of her property. We're prepared to offer a plea under those circumstances, Your Honor.
And you understand, ma'am, by pleading guilty, you're giving, and it was a handgun, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the cost is $700. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yes.
And is it true that on November the 12th, you were at Detroit Metropolitan Airport and you attempted to go through the checkpoint with a handgun?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea. I'll defer for 3 months. Can you pay the $700 within 30 days?
Yes.
Make the payment within 30 days. No trouble for the 3 months. We'll dismiss it. At that point, you can have you or your attorney reach out to the airport police to have a return of your firearm.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you can pay that online, Ms. Mast, pay it live or mail it into the court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Beverly, can you hear me yet?
Hello?
No. Mr. Paul, whose case are you here on?
I'm here on Daniel Batt, last name B-A-T-T. I've tried to send my appearance a couple times. They said it'd be in the file for this morning, hopefully.
I'm not worried about it. I
Thank you,
have
Your
him, and are you expecting him?
He is, I believe, on the bottom. It says Daniel's iPhone.
Oh, yeah, I see him. Okay, yep, I got it. I have you talked to Mr. Mena? I have the disorderly that the recommendation is a deferred for 3 months, no trouble, and it's dismissed under 771 with payment of $200 in costs.
Can I just talk to the prosecutor briefly?
You can.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mena, I think you're already assigned to a breakout room. Number 3, I'll put Mr. Greenblatt to breakout room number 3, or no, Mr. Paul, I apologize.
All right, thanks, Judge.
And go ahead and hit join. Miss Belcher, did
Yes,
you
sir.
talk to Miss Hadley?
I did, and I would like to speak to Angela in a breakout room if possible, please.
Perfect. Yep, you can. Miss Manarino, I think you're already in breakout room number 2. Miss Belcher, I'm going to move you to 2.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Hello?
Yes, what's your last name?
Morden?
Miss Morton. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to find you. Samantha? Is it first name Samantha?
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on just a second, Miss Morton.
Okay.
I'll pull your record and give me just a minute, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Miss Morton, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this defrauding an innkeeper, you're recommending a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months. On successful completion of the 3-month period, payment of $300 and cost, this case will be dismissed. Are you interested in taking that plea, or would you like to talk to the court-appointed attorney? Why don't you hang out for a minute and I'll have you talk to the court-appointed attorney, okay?
Okay, thank
So
you.
just mute yourself and hang out for a minute.
Okay.
I have a feeling that my client isn't gonna show up.
That's probably true. Do you want to, who is your client?
Elizabeth Chamberlain?
Do you want to go, and if that was from 10:30, and if she shows, I'll message you.
Okay, sounds good.
You're
Thank you.
all set. Christina Renee. What case are you here on?
My case.
What's your last name?
Boynton, Boynton.
I see. Yep, Miss Boynton. Hang on just a second and I'll pull your file.
Okay.
Miss Boynton, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead to if you plead to this charge, they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months. On successful completion of the 3-month period, payment of $400 in costs, this case will be dismissed. Are you interested in taking that plea, or would you like to talk to the court-appointed attorney?
What does that mean, deferred?
It means no trouble for the 3 months and it's dismissed, but you have to pay the $400 in costs.
Okay, I'll do that.
Do you understand? Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yeah, does that mean I have a record?
No, we're going to dismiss it at that. We're going to hold it for 4 months and then, or 3 months, excuse me. And at the end of the time, you're going to pay the $400 and it'll be dismissed.
Okay, I won't get in any trouble, and I could pay the $400, and I understand that means I give up my right to attorney. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you can have a court-appointed attorney. You can have a trial in this matter, and by pleading guilty, you're giving up those rights. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
And is it true that you attempted to go through the Detroit Metropolitan Airport security checkpoint with a knife?
Yeah, I forgot it was in my purse, yes.
Everybody, listen, I sit here all day. You know, the people behind you have guns, and the next case that I've got is a gun also. So your knife is $400. The guns are $700. So no trouble for 3 months. Pay the $400. They keep the knife, though. You destroy it, correct, Mr. Mena?
They kept it.
Correct.
Yeah, they're not going to return it.
That's okay.
Can you pay the $400 within 30 days?
Can I do like 2 this month and 2 next month?
Yes, I'm gonna write pay within 60 days. Just make the payments between now and then, okay? You can
And I
make
just
2
go on your
separate
website?
payments. You can go on the website, you can pay it live in person, you can mail it in. We'll hold your record for 3 months, no trouble. We'll pull it and dismiss it. Just make sure you make the payments, okay?
I think that's fair for the mistake. Thank you.
You're all set. Yep, thank you very much and have a great day.
You too,
Mr.
bye-bye.
Call on Mr. Bath. What are we doing?
Yes, Your Honor. I had a chance to talk to the prosecuting attorney. It's my understanding that the prosecuting attorney is going to be offering a double parking $400 fine here, Your Honor. I did talk to the prosecutor about some circumstances here. Mr. Batt is serving overseas in the Marines. He's 5 years away from retirement. He's been extremely proactive during this case. It's just being drunk at the airport sort of case. He's already in a program through the Marines. He's got about 5-6 months of counseling ahead of him. I think myself and the prosecutor came to a good resolution.
I'll amend it to the double parking 400. Mr. Batt, can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then make the payment within 30 days and you will be done with this. You can mail it in. Do you have power down there? Are you in San Antonio?
No, ma'am, I'm in Japan.
Oh, geez. Well, there you go. See now the wonders of Zoom. There you have it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's better than your address in San Antonio because I'm not sure, do they have power down there?
My mother's without power, yeah.
Yeah, it's Texas is having a rough time. We appreciate your service. I am glad to hear that you're gearing towards getting the counseling and the help that you need. And I'm glad, Mr. Mena, that you guys resolved this case in an amicable way so that he can hopefully move on with his life and put this behind him.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your
All
time.
right, and Mr. Batt, make the payment either online or mail it in or whatever within the next 30 days, and then you'll be done with us, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're
Thank you,
all
Your Honor.
set. Thank you very much. Yep, have a great day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ms. Belcher.
Yes, I just need to go back in with Miss Hadley briefly, and then we should be all set.
Is she still, I think she must still be in the breakout room.
Yeah, I told her to stay in there because I would have to come back in and talk to her.
Yep. Okay, I'll move you back.
Thank you.
There you go. Mr. Beverly, can you hear me yet? No such luck. Mr. Beverly. We'll try again. Mr. Beverly. Yeah, I'm not having much success with him. Mr. Beverly, hello, can you see me? No, I tried to message him to get a phone number.
Yeah, I think he's driving now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, apparently, yeah, I do. I agree with you. I think I'm just trying to get a phone number from him and then I can have Belcher. Hey. Hi. No, not happening. I'll try again in a minute. Miss Manarino, did you get the new dates on Turner and Williams?
Not yet.
Turner is April the 15th at 11:15 with Judge Oakley. Williams is March 18th at 11:10 with me.
I'm sorry, Turner is in April?
Yeah, April
Williams?
15th at 11:15, Judge Oakley.
Okay.
And the other one is the March 18th date at 11:10. Mr. Santos, can you hear me? Mr. Santos, you have to unmute yourself. Lower left. Wow, my screen just went green.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you? I'm trying to figure out why my screen just went green. Miss Belcher,
Yes, Judge.
what are we doing?
We're ready on Hadley. She's going to be going forward with the offers as stated on the record.
All right, let me do that. I'll mess with my screen in a minute. People versus Jody Hadley.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Hadley. Your Honor, I've gone over my client's rights with her in the proposed plea offer. She wishes to take advantage of the 771 for the contributing with the $250 fine and pleading to the retail fraud with the $345 fine.
Do you understand by pleading guilty, ma'am, that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form? Ms. Hadley? Yes? Ms. Hadley?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Do you
Yes,
understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form? And is it
Yes, ma'am.
true that on or about March the 11th of last year, you were in Van Buren Township and that you took property that didn't belong to you without paying for it?
Yes, ma'am.
And that with fines and costs is a total of $345. Then also that you, in November of 2019, were involved in a situation in Van Buren Township. Were you contributing to the delinquency of a minor? It had to do with retail fraud also, is my understanding.
The delinquency of a minor that with my daughter not going to school, right?
Okay. And is she in school now?
Yeah, she's in school. Yeah.
All right, perfect. But combined the 250 on the deferred and the 345, it is a total of 595. Do you need a payment plan for that?
Yes, please, ma'am.
Can you do $50 a month?
Yes, I can.
And we have a phone number of 586-806-6290.
Yes.
And
That's a
an
good
email of abart107@gmail.com.
1407.
1407. Let's see if it's on the outside of the file. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, let's. Oh, it says 1407 on the other file. Okay.
Okay. I can give you a cell phone number too. That way you have two phone numbers for me if you need
The
it.
cell phone isn't 586-86-806.
No, that's the home phone. I can
Okay,
give you a cell phone
what's the cell phone number?
586-291-8731.
Okay, perfect. I'll make a notation of the $50 a month and then you are all set with us. Anything else for the record, Ms. Belcher?
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Belcher.
You're welcome. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right, I gotta back these numbers out to make them add up right. Okay, now I have Samantha Morden. Miss Morden?
Yes, hi.
Okay, good morning.
Hi.
Miss Belcher, it's a defrauding an innkeeper. The recommendation is 3 months deferred, $300. It's actually what it was is going through the parking garage. And Mr. Mena, you're not asking for, I see that it's crashed through the gate arm at the airport is the allegation. But there's not a restitution request, is there?
No, there has not been any made, Your Honor.
Okay, so there was $200 in parking. Miss Belcher, she's accused of crashing through the parking gate. That's the defrauding the innkeeper. The recommendation or the offer is deferred 3 months, payment of $300 in costs. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with her.
Room 1, Judge.
Correct. Mr. Beverly, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Perfect. I was trying to wave to you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mr. Beverly, I have that if you pay a $200 double parking, they'll dismiss this case. Are you interested in taking that deal?
You said a $200 parking?
Correct. Yeah, that it's not a criminal record. It's not anything. It's a double parking ticket.
I didn't get a double parking ticket.
I know you didn't. You got a misdemeanor for abandoning property at the airport. But they're making you an offer that if you pay a $200 fine, they'll amend it to a double parking and the misdemeanor will be dismissed.
Okay, can I say something to that?
Well, why don't I let you talk to the court-appointed attorney and you can make your argument to her, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
She's in a breakout room with somebody else. Give me just a minute and I'll put you in there next.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Santos, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Can you
Okay,
hear me?
Ms. Manarino, is there an offer on Mr. Santos?
Yes, if Mr. Santos pleads guilty to one of the retail fraud charges, we would move to dismiss the second.
Do you understand that, Mr. Santos? If you plead to one, they'll dismiss the other. The ticket
Yes.
would be a $345 ticket. Are you interested in taking that plea?
Yes,
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice rights form?
yes, ma'am.
Is it true that on September the 18th of last year, you were in Van Buren Township at the Premier Hydro and that you attempted to take property that didn't belong to you without paying for it?
Yes,
I'll accept your plea. I'll assess the $345 that we just discussed. Do you need time to pay that?
yes. $50 a month?
Can you do $50 a month?
Yes, yes.
I will put you on a payment plan of $50 a month. They'll, your email, what's your email? Steve Santos at
1970 @gmail.com.
Steve Santos 1970
70.
at Gmail.
Yes.
Perfect. We'll set you up with the payment plan, make the payments, and you'll be all set, okay?
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You have a good day too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No idea why my screen went up. Apparently, I can't figure it out while I'm on. If Ms. Howell doesn't appear, Ms. Manarino, I'm probably going to send her a notice for a date on March the 4th. I'm not going to bench warrant her.
That's fine.
Good morning, Ms. Belcher. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I have a record or an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this charge at the airport, that they'll recommend a deferred sentence for a period of 3 months. On successful completion of the 3-month period, payment of $400 in costs, this case would be dismissed. If you're interested in taking that plea, or I can put you in line to talk to the prosecutor. There's one person in front of you. Or not the prosecutor, the court-appointed attorney.
I would be very interested in taking that plea.
Oh, you want to take the plea offer?
Yes, please.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yes.
And is it true that on or about November the 27th, you were at the airport and you attempted to take a taser through the checkpoint?
Yes, ma'am, accidentally.
I'll defer it for a period of 3 months. Can you pay the $400 within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
And then they're going to destroy the taser. You're not going to get it back. Do you understand that?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'll defer it for 3 months, make the payment. No trouble for the 3 months. We pull your record and we dismiss it. You don't have to reappear, okay?
Okay, and if I got, like, I've never had one, but if I had a speeding ticket or anything like that, would that be?
It's not going to affect, nope.
Okay.
I won't, it'll come back to me and I won't let that affect you.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day. You're all set. Make sure you make the payment.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Miss Belcher on Miss Morden.
I'm all set with her, but I did lose her connection. I don't know if you can kick her out of the breakout room, and whenever
I can try.
her connection reestablishes, we can go forward with the
You know
plea.
what? It looks like she's gonna have to call back in. We lost her. Miss Howell, I see you. I'll get to you in just a second.
Okay.
We have Mr. Beverly, Miss Belcher, in the meantime.
Yes,
It's an
yes.
abandoned personal property. The offer is double parking, $200. he had some questions, so I'm gonna have him go in a breakout room with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, Ms. Belcher, still room 1. Mr.
Okay,
Beverly,
gotcha.
all you have to do is hit join.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
After church, they always went to a restaurant after. And that's
And Ms. Belcher, you're all set.
Okay, I am.
Yep, you're all set.
Thank you so much. You have a
You're
lovely
welcome.
day.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Officer, can you please mute yourself?
Yes.
Thanks. And just ahead of time, can you fix your screen so you're not sideways? Thank you. Belcher, are you all set on Mr. Beverly?
Yes, Judge, and Miss Morden did pop back in there while we were on, so I don't know if you could kick her out again if she's.
That's weird. Let's see. I don't know if it'll let me. Let me do Mr. Beverly's case. I may have to close. I click on it and it says that I can kick her out, but it doesn't appear to be doing that.
Okay, when I told her how to leave, she did disappear from the screen, so I thought she followed the prompts, but.
Yeah, I closed all of the, she'll appear in just a minute. People versus Tian Beverly.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor, Mr. Mena is going to be dismissing this matter.
Your Honor, that is correct. We've had an opportunity to review the facts and circumstances of the case and feel it's appropriate at this time to dismiss it.
Okay, Mr. Beverly, it's dismissed then. You're all set. Have a great
Yes,
day.
ma'am. Thank you. You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, sir.
And then I
Yeah,
think we
thank
have
you.
Miss Morden, back. Miss Belcher, so people versus Samantha Morden.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Miss Morden. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to review the plea offer with my client. She does wish to go forward with that plea, so hopefully her internet connection is stable enough where she can engage with Your Honor.
Miss Morden, can you hear me? You didn't happen to get a phone number from her, did you, Leanna?
No, Your Honor, I wish I could have. By the time that we got through what the plea offer was and her saying she wanted to go forward, I started going through her rights and then she was gone.
All right, let's see if I can't. Oh, she's gone again. All right. Well, if we get her back, I'm going to attempt to get a phone number for her, Miss Belcher. Miss Howell is back on. Did you finish with Miss Howell or do you need a breakout room with her again, Miss Belcher?
I don't believe she ever joined the breakout room the first time.
I got it. Yeah, we had some problem. Do you remember that it's a 771, 6 months, $300?
Yes, and it looks like Judge Miss Morden is back. I don't know if you want to quickly
Oh,
do.
Miss Morden, can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, let me try to take the plea real quick. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes.
And is it true that on or about August the 2nd of last year, you were at the airport and you went through the parking gate without attempting to not pay for the airport parking? Yeah, we've got a frozen. Miss Morden, can you give me a phone number? Or if you can hear me, can you message us and give us a phone number? Miss Morden? Well, Miss Belcher, what I'm going to try to do, Miss Morden, can you give me a phone number?
Can you hear me?
I can. Give me a phone number, quick. Nope. Miss Morden, if you can hear me, send me a chat or Miss Belcher a chat with your phone number.
Okay. 307-296-6795.
6795. Leanna, did you get that?
Yep.
Put her on. She's going to call you and we're just going to do it on speaker. So you can go ahead and actually hang up. She's going to dial your phone number and put you on speaker. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And we'll
Thank
do
you.
it that way.
Okay.
Are you
Thank
calling
you.
her, Leanna? Mr. Mena, I actually think we're done with you, aren't we?
I think after this plea, Your Honor, I think we are. I think everything that's showing on the screen is your 1120.
Yeah, I agree. And I've got, yep. And I have your cell phone number if we have a straggler that shows up late.
Yeah, that's no problem, Judge.
Your Honor, I've called the number twice. Somebody's picking up, but I can't hear anything.
I don't think I got out of.
What I want you to do, I think she hung up now. So
Okay,
I think
maybe
she was
try it
on
again.
both. I think she was on both. It's fine.
Okay, let me try again.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Judge, someone's picking up, but I'm not getting anything back. So, maybe I wrote down the number wrong. I got 307 296.
296-6795.
Yes, that's the number I keep trying to call.
And that's the number she gave us. Well, why don't I, in the meantime, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room with Miss Howell. Mr. Mena, I'm still gonna let you go. We'll work this out one way or another. If we can't get a hold of her or whatever, I probably send her a plea by mail in the mail and see if we can work it out that way. We'll figure it out, but I think you're all set. Miss Howell, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Belcher. Miss Belcher, if she calls you
Oh,
back
Your
or
Honor,
whatever.
she's calling right now.
That's what I figured.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna put you on speakerphone up close to the computer. Go ahead and state your name, ma'am.
Samantha Morden.
And Miss Morton, Miss Belcher told me that you're interested in taking the plea from the prosecutor's office, that if you plead guilty to this, they'll defer for 3 months. Upon successful completion of the 3-month period, payment of $300 in costs, this case will be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form, and you're gonna plead guilty to this charge, correct?
Yes.
And is it true that on or about August the 2nd, you were at Detroit Metropolitan Airport and you attempted to leave the parking structure without paying for your parking? Is that correct?
That's what I understand. It turns out I had flew home from Florida and I had a massive infection in my body and brain, and I barely remember driving home that day. I was
Ms.
shipped to
Belcher, I'll take it as a no contest, that you're not contesting the charge. If the police report indicates that you busted through the barrier, we'll take that as a sign that you were leaving without paying.
Okay.
I'll take it as a no contest that you're not contesting this charge. I'll defer for 3 months, assess the $300 in costs. The airport's not looking for restitution, at least not at this point, to my knowledge. Can you pay the 300 within 30 days?
Not within 30 days.
Do you want me to give you a $100 a month payment plan?
Yes, please.
Okay, I have your cell phone number. Can I also get an email for you?
Sure. My email is Carano. It's CARANO04@gmail.com.
CARANO04@gmail.com.
Hold on, let me double check that. Carano Samantha. Okay, it's Carano Samantha 04.
Yeah, but how do you spell the first part?
CARANO.
First name Samantha.
Yeah, 04.
04@gmail. Got it.
Yes.
And is your hard address the 460 Glen Oaks, apartment 1D in Muskegon?
No, ma'am. That's changed. It's 1707 South Wisner, Wisner Road, Ithaca, Michigan, 48847.
Perfect. All right, I'll amend those. We'll send you a payment plan, make the payments, no trouble for 3 months, and it'll be dismissed, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're all set. Yep, thanks. You have a wonderful day. Miss Howell, back to you. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. Mr. Meno, you're all set now. Miss Belcher, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Howell.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe.
The last time my service cut out, so.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're good. I wasn't gonna, I was just gonna reset you if you didn't join. Go ahead and join in breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
Miss Manarino, we have Miss Kennedy on, and that's Officer Barry. Do you want to do a breakout room with her and have a conversation with her for a minute?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Kennedy, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have you, Angela, you're in room number 2.
Okay.
Kennedy, I'm gonna stick you in with the prosecutor and let you talk to her for a minute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Dick, I see you. I've got you checked in. Just hang out till I'm done with the rest of this stuff.
Yeah.
Miss Manarino,
Yes, Judge. We've reached a resolution.
on People versus Carrie Kennedy, this matter was set for formal hearing today. Has there been a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. Angela Manarino on behalf of the people. I had the opportunity to speak with Miss Kennedy. At this time, the people are going to move to amend the original citation to double parking with a fine of $195. Miss Kennedy did indicate that she received a default notice. If the court has that, we just ask the court set that aside and.
I'll set aside, absolutely. I'll set aside the default. Can you pay the $195 within 30 days, Miss Kennedy?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will make that notation. You can pay it live at the court. You can mail it in, or you can pay it online, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Will do.
And you are all set. Let me make sure that if it was, is this that 912? Yep, I'm gonna make a notation to remove it from the abstract.
How long will that take, Your Honor? My
You know
insurance
what?
company is just asking me.
Before COVID, I would have told you that it would be, I'm not, and I don't have my, Michelle, can you message Heather and ask her how long it'll take to get off the driving record? Hang out just a second, Miss Kennedy, and let me see if I can get an answer for you. Miss
Thank you,
Belcher
Anna.
on Miss Howell's case?
Yes, Judge, we are ready on Ms. Howell. I was just going to ask if there was any reconsideration that could be done on the number of months. My client did indicate she's unemployed. She has a variety of health issues, acute kidney failure, 3 heart conditions. She's a domestic violence survivor. She has kids that she's responsible for. So she has a lot going on and she's trying to take care of this. And then she did want to clarify with Your Honor if this is the only thing on her driving record, and if so, if she owes a clearance fee.
can't answer for Miss Manarino on the amount of time. Miss Manarino, the recommendation was 6 months.
We can do 3, Judge.
I'll do it as 3 months, and I'll actually, even there is nothing on her driving record, and she does not have a, from what I can tell, there is not a clearance even on this.
Okay, thank you.
But I will tell you what I do. I'll amend it as Miss Manarino indicated to a 3-month. And if she pleads, stays out of trouble for 3 months, I won't assess her any fines and costs. Okay. So do you understand, Ms. Howell, by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is an old case. Is it true in July of 2017, you interfered with the police department when they were doing their lawful duties?
Yes, ma'am, and that's why I'm fixing it now.
I will accept the plea. I won't assess any costs. I will defer it for 3 months, no trouble for the 3 months, and it's dismissed, okay?
Okay, and then how much am I paying and how would I pay the courts?
I just said,
No money.
I'm not fining you anything. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay out of trouble.
Yes, ma'am, and you have a very, very blessed day.
You too. All right.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Miss Belcher, that's all she wrote for you.
Fun,
Michelle, did you find out any, if I need you, Miss Belcher, I'll yell.
You have my number if you need
I
me.
have your number. Yep, you're all set. Thank you. You're gonna do it today. So you'll do it directly right now? We're gonna put it through to remove it from the Secretary of State and get it off. My secretary's telling me she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it today. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
abstract it, you know, it should be done immediately. If you have a problem with it, it can go on the website, and within today or tomorrow, it'll show on the website that it was amended to double parking.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Your
So
Honor. Have a good day.
that will be able to help. Actually, and if you want, why don't you give me a cell phone number and an email, and give me your cell.
586-242-9865.
And what's your email?
Carrie, CARRIE .Kennedy @libertymutual.com.
Michelle, can you scan and send her a copy of this ROA tomorrow? Yeah, because Heather, from home, she's saying with COVID and everything, it could take up to 3 months. So I wrote this down when the files, I'm working remotely. When my secretary gets this file back in her hand, she will scan the register of action and email it to you. So you have proof for your employer. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very
Have a
much.
good day.
Have a great day. Yep, you're all
Bye.
set. Miss Manarino, are you ready on the next case that I've got is Mr. Dick's case?
We're ready, Your Honor.
People versus David Dick.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
And Mr. Dick, are you ready for this matter set for formal hearing this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. I do want to offer, my cases in the past have taken more than 10 minutes to present, so if.
I'm not worried about the time, Mr. Dick.
Okay.
Let's go. Miss Manarino, go ahead.
The people call Officer Champagne.
Officer, can you raise your right hand? Solemnly swear affirm testimony you'll give in this matter will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead, Miss Manarino.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, can you state your name for the record, please?
David Champagne.
Are you employed?
Yes, I am with Van Buren Township Police Department.
What do you do there?
I'm a patrol officer.
How long have you been a patrol officer?
13 years.
Were you on duty during the afternoon of November 23rd of 2020?
Yes.
Were you at approximately 12:21 p.m.? Do you recall where you were?
I was dispatched to Tyler Road between Morton Taylor and Belleville Roads for a bicyclist that was weaving in and out of traffic.
Did you respond to that call?
Yes, I did.
When you were in that location, what did you observe?
I observed Mr. Dick traveling westbound between Tyler and Belleville Roads in the middle of lane of travel.
And on that stretch of Tyler Road, how many lanes of travel are there?
2.
One each direction?
Correct. 1 east, 1 west.
What is this posted speed limit in that stretch of Tyler Road?
45 miles an hour.
Is at that date, time, and location, officer, were you in a patrol vehicle?
Yes.
Is that patrol vehicle equipped with any sort of recording equipment?
Yes. It has an in-car dash camera.
Did that in-car dash camera record any of your observations of Mr. Dick on his bicycle at the date, time, and location we've discussed?
Yes, I activated my in-car camera and recorded Mr. Dick traveling westbound Tyler Road in the middle of the lane of travel.
And you provided a copy of that video to me?
Correct.
Your Honor, I do have the video that we'd like to mark as People's Exhibit 1, and I'd move for admission of that and play that for the hearing.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I just need to be able to share my screen so I can.
Yep,
show
go
you.
ahead.
I just don't have the option, Judge. Oh, hold on.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I got it. Okay, and you can see that, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna play the video.
I'm not able to see it, Your Honor.
Well, you have to click on your screen on your, you should be able to change the, yep.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I know from the notation, Ms. Manarino, at the bottom of the screen that Mr. Dick is traveling at 9, 7, 10 as the miles per hour changes, correct?
Yes. Officer Champagne, the video that we just saw, is that the video that you were referencing in your earlier testimony?
Yes.
And that person on the bicycle is Mr. Dick?
Correct.
Officer, I noticed at the end of the video, once Mr. Dick and your patrol vehicle moved into the center turn lane, that there was another vehicle that passed. Was that vehicle behind your patrol vehicle?
Correct.
Were you able to observe if there were other vehicles behind that little SUV that had passed?
I don't recall.
But there was at least that one vehicle there.
Correct.
And the judge had noted that the speed that your vehicle was traveling during the time that you were behind Mr. Dick ranged from approximately 7 miles an hour to 11 miles per hour. Is that an accurate?
Yes.
Okay. I have nothing further for the witness.
Mr. Dick, do you have questions of this officer?
Yes, Your Honor. Officer Champagne, is there a minimum speed limit posted on that road?
Yes.
There is.
45 miles an hour is the speed limit. No, you are correct. I follow what you're saying now. The posted speed limit on that road is 45 miles an hour. There is not a minimum.
There is not a minimum, so I was not violating the speed laws.
I didn't stop you because you were violating the speed laws.
Okay. I noticed I didn't see any traffic being impeded on that video. You were directly behind me. How was I impeding traffic?
You were impeding traffic by riding in the middle of the lane of travel.
But what traffic was I impeding?
Me and the vehicle behind me, sir.
But is it accurate that you were following behind me by choice in order to videotape me? That was your choice to remain behind me?
I couldn't pass you even if I wanted to because of the opposing traffic.
Isn't it? Isn't it true that the opposing traffic was a ways off and you had time in the 5 seconds before the video starts that you could have passed me?
No,
Truly.
I answered no, sir.
Officer Champagne, the statute that I'm charged with, section 676B, lays out several conditions that have to exist in order to, for me to be unlawfully impeding traffic. One of which is that it states a person without authority shall not block, obstruct, or impede or otherwise interfere with the normal flow of vehicular or pedestrian traffic. How did you determine that I was operating without authority?
You're a civilian on the roadway, sir.
Yes. As was the person in the SUV behind me as a civilian on the road.
Correct, sir.
Civilians, are you saying that civilians are not allowed to use the road?
I did not say that, sir.
Are you saying, what is your understanding of what the normal flow of vehicular traffic is?
You have to rephrase your question. I'm not sure what you're looking for.
The law states that I may not impede the normal flow of vehicular or pedestrian traffic. So I'm asking you, what constitutes normal flow of vehicular traffic?
You're asking why I cited you for impeding traffic?
No, I'm asking what your understanding of normal traffic is.
Normal flow of traffic is just that. People traveling at the normal speed and not impeding other people's travel.
Okay. You stated that, in your opinion, did not have authority because I'm a civilian on the road. Who grants authority? Who has the power to grant authority?
I'm granted my authority through the state of Michigan, sir.
Okay, so through the state of Michigan laws. Okay. About a half mile east of where you stopped me, there's, you're familiar with Tyler School there?
That's a little bit further than a half mile, but yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. And it's directly across from a subdivision, and there's a crossing, school crossing at that
Correct,
location, right? Does that
Yes,
school ever utilize a crossing guard to assist
Yes.
students? Okay. The law says that you may not impede traffic with his or her person. So would a crossing guard stopping traffic be guilty of impeding traffic?
Judge, I'm going to object to the relevance of this line of questioning.
Let me just say it, Mr. Ginyard, is that you? On the LG Stylo 6? Sir? I texted Miss Belcher and asked her to dump on. I'm pretty sure that's him. I have a phone number for him anyway. Go ahead, Miss Manarino.
Oh, Judge, I had objected to the relevance of the questions. I don't know if the court ruled. I might have missed it.
I didn't. I didn't. I'm going to give him a little bit of latitude.
Thank you, Your Honor.
repeating my question, would a crossing guard stopping traffic be guilty of impeding traffic?
No, sir, because our crossing guards are granted that authority through Van Buren Township and Deputy Director Wright.
In specific, they are granted authority by statute 613B of the state. Would that not be correct?
I'm not familiar with the statute.
Okay. School buses frequently stop. They stop traffic.
Mr. Dick, I'm gonna stop you for 1 second again. Mr. Ginyard, Darnell Ginyard, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Belcher. Miss Belcher, do you have the plea offer for Miss Manarino?
Judge, the offer is if he pleads to the disorderly conduct, we would dismiss the second charge for the false info.
Okay, and so it would be 345, Miss Belcher. Okay. Miss Belcher?
Yes, Judge, sorry about that. I was talking
Yeah.
on mute.
Yeah, no, you're good. If you guys both join breakout room number 1, go ahead and hit join, Mr. Ginyard.
And Angela, there's no delayed offer?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, then, Mr. Dick.
Okay. I think we're talking about school buses blocking traffic.
People would stipulate that there are occasions where schools and school buses are given authority to cross the street, stop to let students off of the bus. We would stipulate that there are situations under state law where that behavior is permitted, if that will move things along.
And that would be section 682 regarding school buses. Similarly, farm equipment, there's a farm there along the road.
There is
and
a
we're
farm
seeing
exemption, correct.
Okay.
You're correct. There are multiple exemptions. There's
All
farm
right.
equipment, although farm equipment is limited, and a lot of these things, I don't think school buses are. School buses can actually do it on a highway. Farm equipment is limited to the roadways, secondary roadways. They're not, I'm pretty sure that the exemption does not extend, because several of these, the exemption does not extend to highways. I know school buses, I think.
I didn't see
does.
any restriction in section 717.
You're
but-
not farm equipment, Mr. Dick, and you're not a school bus, but.
No.
But so move on. So you've made
No.
your point that there are exceptions. I agree with you.
So when, where is? So when section 657 states that each person riding a bicycle has all the rights and is subject to all the duties applicable to the driver of a vehicle under this chapter, except for provisions of this chapter that by their nature do not apply. So doesn't section 657 grant bicycles, civilians on a bicycle, the right to be on the road?
No one's arguing that you have the right to be on the road, sir.
Then why are we here?
Because you're supposed to be traveling on the right shoulder of the right side of the lane of travel. You're traveling in the middle of the roadway, preventing vehicles from being able to safely pass around you, sir.
Where do you get that idea that I have to be on the shoulder?
I got that information from the Michigan League of Bicyclists, the very same manual that you have, sir.
Oh, I think you didn't.
I'm not here
We're
to
not
argue.
going to break down into an argument. This is
No.
a question and answer.
Okay. Well, can you cite that manual that states that?
It's the Michigan League of Bicyclists, the same manual that you had there on the traffic stop. I believe it's page 8, where it talks about lane positioning.
Mm-hmm. I don't have that manual right in front of me. Actually, what I have is the Michigan State Driver's Manual. But getting to your question, you said I'm supposed to be riding either on the shoulder or on the right edge of the lane?
The right wheel lane, yes.
Can you explain why you think I'm supposed to be on the, or why would I supposed to be on the right edge of the lane?
To allow traffic to safely maneuver around you, sir.
But there's a whole nother lane for them to pass me. So why do I need to be on the right edge of my lane?
When other vehicles are traveling in opposing traffic, they're not safely able to do so.
But isn't it true that for any other vehicle, if there's opposing traffic, someone is simply supposed to wait until the opposing traffic is passed and then pass?
If they can, yeah.
Isn't that normal flow of traffic that you wait?
I agree with you, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
But
agree that
you're not a vehicle.
the law states that I have.
I'm going to stop you right now. I'm going to stop you right now because the court recognizes that he is not a motor vehicle as defined under the motor vehicle code.
Thank you, Your Honor. Going back to the Michigan Driver's Manual on page 57, and I can share that.
Your Honor, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna object to him asking questions about specific points on a document that the officer doesn't have available to him.
Fair enough. We have Mr. Williams joining us. I need to tell him, I take it, I thought that he asked for the adjournment.
His attorney did, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Mr. Williams? Give me 1 second, Mr. Dick.
Mhm.
Mr. Williams, can you hear me? Mr. Williams? Well, until he can figure out how to get sound, go ahead, Mr. Dick.
Okay, Officer Champagne, you said that by keeping further to the right, it would allow someone to pass me without changing lanes. Is that what I understood you to say?
That's not what I said. I said it leaves them room to safely pass you.
It would leave, how would they safely pass me in that situation?
They would go.
Yes, Miss Manorino.
It's Leanna. Can I have a breakout room with Miss Manorino?
We're in the middle of a formal hearing, so you have to wait a minute.
I'll be on standby.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, can you hear me now? Apparently not. Go ahead, Miss Manorino, did you have an objection?
No, that was Miss Belcher that was talking, not me, Judge.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Dick.
I was asking how my keeping to the right edge of the road would allow traffic to pass safely.
I would allow, because you're over to the right edge, there's plenty of roadway to be able to maneuver around you safely.
The roadway in that location is a standard width, which is be about 10.5 feet wide. Is that correct?
I haven't measured the roadway, sir.
Do you have reason to think that it is more than the standard width?
I believe there it is. Yes, sir.
How wide do you think it is there?
Objection.
He asked and answered. He already said he didn't know.
Okay. My contention is that the lane is about 10.
You'll have your opportunity to speak, Mr. Dick, when you're done. This is for you to ask Officer Champagne questions. If you want to
Okay.
make a statement afterwards, you can do so. This opportunity is just for you to ask him questions. Mr. Williams, can you unmute yourself? Your attorney asked for an adjournment. This matter was reset for March the 18th at 11:10, okay?
Okay,
All right, so we'll see you next month. You're all set.
okay.
Officer Champagne, when you arrived to the scene, did you pass me going in the opposite lane a minute or two before?
Not quite a minute, but yes, I did pass you.
Okay. And did you have the opportunity to see me before we reached that 2-lane section?
I first saw you, I passed you around the subdivision, Walden Woods.
Okay. The lane there is considerably wider there, isn't it?
There's a flare lane for traffic entering Walden Woods.
And did you observe me at that location? Where was my position at that point?
Your position when I first saw you was right around the entrance to Walden Woods.
But I mean, where in the lane was I?
On the right edge.
Relevance.
What's the relevance?
The relevance is that he observed me in a wide lane.
The video speaks for itself, Mr. Dick. The video speaks for itself.
Okay. Did you between that point there, did you observe me after the subdivision where before you turned the video on? Did you observe me pulling off to the shoulder of the road to allow traffic to pass?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained.
Yeah, the relevance, Your Honor, is.
I already sustained the objection, Mr. Dick. Move on to something else.
All right.
Miss Manarino, I told Miss Belcher to call you regarding Mr. Ginyard.
Yes, she hasn't called yet.
I don't think I have any other questions.
Okay.
For the officer. Everything else would be.
Any other questions for Officer Champagne, Miss Manarino?
No, Your Honor, the people rest. We have no other witnesses.
Okay. Miss Belcher, do you want to break out room real quick with Miss Manarino before I continue this? Miss Belcher? She must have got caught up doing something else. The person with the identifier is Rhonda. What case are you here on? That's the type of day I'm having. Miss Michelle, can you hear me? Nope, got nothing. All right, and no other witnesses, Miss Manarino. Mr. Dick, do you want to make a statement?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm.
Can you raise your right hand? Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give in this matter will be the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and make your statement.
Okay. At the moment, I'm trying to find the section that Officer Champagne had.
That's fine. If you need a couple minutes, go ahead. You're good. I'm still, Miss Michelle, can you hear me? Jessica? No, Miss Belcher.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, I offered you a breakout room with Miss Manarino. Did you want one?
Oh, yes, please. Sorry, I was sending Miss Manarino chats.
Yeah, I was trying to look and, yeah, if you could put us in a breakout room, that might be more efficient,
All
Judge.
right, I will. While Mr. Dick's looking for that stuff, I will do that. I'm gonna move you to breakout room number 2 since your client's in 1. Miss Belcher. Go ahead and rejoin the breakout room. And the person with the identifier of Rhonda, can you hear me? Hold on until we get the prosecutor back, Mr. Dick. Just hang out
Okay.
for a minute.
All right.
Officer King, I take it that you're on, that you're on Neanna Langford.
I am, Your Honor.
Yeah, we'll do a default in about 10 minutes if she doesn't jump on.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll stay in the line.
Thank you.
Yeah, Your Honor, I would point out, looking at the.
We have to wait until we have the prosecutor, Mr.
Oh,
Dick. She's
I'm
in a
sorry.
breakout room, so we
I'm
have to
sorry,
wait
thank
for a
you.
minute. Miss Michelle, can you hear me? Miss Michelle? Miss Rapp, are we expecting Mr. Bowditch on, Miss Michelle?
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to Mr. Bowditch today.
Okay, I had him listed, but I can't seem to get her to. All right, we'll just wait till she connects. I need to stick you back in breakout room, number 1 with your
Yes,
client?
Judge.
Ms.
Just
Belcher?
briefly. It shouldn't take me long.
That's fine. I'm working on this anyway.
Oh, I like that your background is back.
Yeah, I know. I had to renegotiate it. It kicked it out for some reason. All right, go ahead and hit join and I'll see you in a minute. All right, Mr. Dick, go ahead. Did you find the site
Yeah.
that you were looking for? Go ahead now.
I did find on page 8 of the League of Michigan Bicyclists, it does caution against, the section officer refers to is cautioning against riding too close to the edge. And it's the 24 inches that it refers to is to not be less than 24 inches because of the increased dangers. It's not saying that, and it's not saying that you're required by law to be there.
Well, my comment is, and I don't know how we went down this road. I don't care what the bicyclist manual says. That's
Right.
not the rules of the road are controlled by the motor vehicle code.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter what the bicyclist, that's their recommendations. That's whatever. That's not binding on this court.
I agree with you, Your Honor. That's why I was not prepared to talk about what that manual says.
I don't care what it says. I'm not considering that in my decision.
Okay. May I bring up what the Michigan driver's manual says?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Which is also not binding law.
I realize that, but I'd like to point it out as how the state interprets the law, and
Go ahead. I said go ahead. Don't explain it to me. Just read it to me, Mr. Dick.
Yeah. On page 55 of the driver's manual, I'm sorry, on page 56, it says, bicyclists may legally ride on Michigan roads, except limited access freeways. They may ride anywhere in the lane and have the same rights and responsibilities as motorists.
And I will stop you right there. Officer Champagne, I have a question for you. Have you ever written a vehicle, motor vehicle, for impeding traffic or for going too slow?
I have not written. I've stopped for going too slow and it ended up being a drunk.
Are you familiar with other officers that have written vehicles for going too slow in the roadway and blocking traffic?
Blocking traffic? I can't speak to what other officers.
Well, the court can take judicial notice of the fact that the court has heard cases where vehicles have gone dramatically under the speed limit and have caused problems. So it's not just a bicyclist, Mr. Dick, it's other motor vehicles that have been written tickets also.
Yes, Your Honor.
But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I would also point out on page 55, it is illegal for motorists to drive beside a rider in the same lane. So motorists are required to change lanes. So wherever I am, whether I'm close to the right edge or whether I'm in the middle of the lane, drivers are required to change into the next lane in order to pass. So me being a little bit close
That's
to the
not what
right
the
edge.
site is that you just said. You said that it's illegal for them to drive next to you. That's not passing. Driving next to you and passing are two different issues. You said that they can't drive next to you. Driving next to you and passing you are two different variations of using the roadway.
I would disagree, but you're the judge there, so.
Ms. Manarino, response regarding that?
I think the court said it correctly.
And regardless, it's once again, you're citing something that is not binding.
Okay. In regards to vehicles impeding traffic, Your Honor, there are two laws regarding impeding traffic. The one that I've been cited with And the other one is a local ordinance. It's part of the Uniform Vehicle Code, which the state of the Michigan State Police maintains by statute, and that local municipalities are able to incorporate into their local ordinances. And that one I've got.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to pull up where I've got it here. Okay, the Uniform Code of states, it's 28.1409A. A person shall not drive a motor vehicle at a slow speed as to impede the normal and reasonable movement of traffic.
And you previously cited that bicycles are have to apply by the same rules, Mr. Dick.
Yes, Your Honor. This law, this ordinance is restricted to motor vehicles,
Okay,
not all vehicles.
that's fine. You've made your argument. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yes, I would point out that the state of Michigan does allow bicycles to ride anywhere in the lane, and that's covered under section 660A. They've recently authorized a new signage to that effect. The use of a sign that says the sign is R4-11 is the technical designation for it, and it says that bikes may use the full lane. That was allowed into the manual of uniform traffic control devices.
Okay, I understand. Anything else, Mr. Dick?
I would say that also the manual on traffic control devices includes a road marking for shared lane markings.
Okay.
Which
I will note that's also part of it. Anything else?
Yeah, that road marking is designed to show where bicyclists should ride in the lane.
I note that that's your argument. Anything else?
And that the position that marking
you've already talked about the
recommends
positioning.
that bicycles ride in the middle.
Mr. Dick, you've already talked about the positioning multiple times. Anything else?
Just that riding in the center of the lane.
You've already talked about riding in the center of the lane. Is there anything else?
Just I wanted to point out that there are multiple government jurisdictions
and
that
you have
point
pointed
to like the middle of the road being the proper place for bicycles to ride.
You have on multiple times indicated that that's your position. I'm clear as a bell on what your position is. Is there anything else?
But am I allowed to show?
You've already demonstrated, and I have not prevented you from showing or doing anything, Mr. Dick, but I'm not going to have you be repetitive. You've already cited your sites If you have a different or a new site, you can say that, but I'm not going to have you continue to reiterate the same exact citations. That's not going to happen.
Okay,
I'm giving you all the time that you need,
thank
but
you.
not to be repetitive. If you have something new, go ahead and cite it.
Okay, I would cite a pamphlet distributed. It's a reference guide for law enforcement officers produced by the Michigan State Police Office of Highway Safety.
Okay, tell me what it says.
It says regarding impeding traffic that a bicyclist otherwise operating lawfully is not impeding the normal flow of traffic.
Okay, anything else?
I would like to cite the a publication by the American Association of State Highway Traffic Authorities.
Okay, what does it say?
It says, bicyclists ride at the far right as practical, which on a typical roadway means that the bicyclist rides in or near the right tire track. And
I understand. Okay, I
Okay.
noted that also. What else?
and I would say that I was in the right tire track, but more specifically, it says a bicyclist traveling at the same speed as other traffic or in a travel lane too narrow for a motor vehicle to safely pass without encroaching into the adjacent lane.
What else?
It says that that cyclist travels in the center of the lane, often referred to as taking the lane. The primary reason for taking the lane is to encourage overtaking traffic to make a full lane change instead of squeezing past the bicyclist in the same lane. This is how the roadways are designed for.
Okay, what else do you have, Mr. Dick?
I would like to state that, there was no space on the shoulder. The shoulder was
You've already
actually,
made the argument about the shoulder, Mr. Dick. I told you that I'm not gonna I'll give you as much time as you need to talk
All right.
about new issues, but I'm not gonna have you reiterate things that you've already discussed 3 or 4, now 5 times.
okay.
So if you have new information or new things that you want to raise, I will allow you as much time as you possibly need, but
Okay.
not to reiterate things that you've already raised with the court.
All right. So I would just like to conclude by saying that, this statute deals with stationary items. It talks about blockades and putting objects in the road or standing or blocking the road with your person. It does not deal with vehicles. There's nothing in the law that talks about the operator of a vehicle, the driver of a vehicle, which is a phrase that's used in every moving violation statute. What does have that phrase is the other ordinance that I mentioned that in the Uniform Traffic Code, which refers to the operator of a motor vehicle impeding traffic. So as a bicyclist, the statute that I'm charged with does not apply to.
I know that's your
vehicles in
argument,
traffic.
Mr. Dick. You have said that multiple times.
Okay.
Now go ahead and wrap it up unless you have something new to add.
No, I think I'm done. I thank you for your indulgence.
Miss Manarino, any questions for Mr. Dick?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor. I'd offer a brief closing if the court would allow.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, the statute is clear that impeding traffic is impeding the flow of traffic. Mr. Dick was traveling between 7 and 11 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. Officer Champagne and at least one other vehicle were behind him.
Just out of curiosity, Miss Manarino, because I know that this is an ongoing issue with Van Buren Township. How many times has Van Buren Township had contact with Mr. Dick and asked for him not to do this?
Judge, we've had 4 or 5 hearings on this. I know he's been stopped numerous other times by officers advising him, and it's a safety concern, as the court's aware, that especially on Belleville Road, on Tyler Road, where it's 45 miles an hour to go, as slow as he is in the manner in which he operates his bicycle, it's a safety concern for him.
All right. Mr. Dick, I've listened to your arguments and I've had cases with you before and we've talked about this before and I am concerned about the safety. I am concerned that at some point you're going to be hit by somebody because of the fact of in the manner that you're operating in the middle of the roadway. I watched the video and contrary to what you said, when you said you were following in the area where the right lane of traffic or the right wheel travels, that's not where you were. You were more in where the left wheel travels or by the center of the line, and you're not traveling at the same speed. You're causing problems in Van Buren Township. I am going to find you responsible for this impeding traffic. It's a $180 ticket. You can pay it within 30 days or you can post a bond and appeal it to circuit court if you would like to. And you have those appeal rights. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
And
Thank
have
you.
a nice day.
Thank
And
you.
Miss Officer Champagne, you're set to go. Miss Manarino on Niana Langford. We have the officer here. She posted a bond. I'm going to apply the bond and close it out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And deny the formal hearing. Miss Belcher, on your case.
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
King, you're all set if you want to take off. The other ones
Yeah,
are
I
taking,
just-
I'll send you a notice
I
on that.
just took that. And People versus Darnell Ginyard.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Manarino. There is going to be an amended plea offer. The offer would be to have him plead to disorderly under 771.1 for 3 months. The other charges being dismissed, the $345 fine, and then Ms. Manarino would like to see proof of his attendance at some type of alcohol-related class within that 3-month time. And he wishes to accept that offer.
Do you understand, sir, by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights? It's listed in the advice or rights form. And is it true that on December the 22nd of 2018, you were in Van Buren Township and that you were acting in a disorderly manner?
Yes, ma'am.
Is AA satisfactory, Ms. Manarino, proof of AA?
That's fine, Judge.
And I did explain to my client that that is being done on Zoom right now, so he can find a meeting and join, kind of like how he's joining court.
Miss Rapp, because it's going to be a deferred with the condition, and I have a phone number and stuff for him. Can I hand that to you for you to monitor it?
Yes.
Okay.
And Your Honor, just to clarify, other than just completing that, he would not have to check in with Ms. Rapp, correct?
No. He just has to pay. Can you pay the $345 within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to write that, pay within 30 days. And then Miss Rapp, if I give you the file or if Michelle hands you the file tomorrow, the last name is Ginyard, Ginyard. And is your Gmail address dginny734@gmail.com?
Yes, ma'am.
And she'll reach out to you and give you options for AA meetings and or for some type of alcohol assessment or whatever, okay? But AA will be satisfactory, Miss Rapp.
Okay.
Okay.
Your
and
Honor,
so-
the only other thing is he just wanted to check, I know Your Honor may have his driving record, if there's anything else that you could tell him that is causing him to be in suspend status. He is trying to get a job with a transportation company.
I don't have a driving record on this file.
Because they
So,
said that I had to wait for you guys
Ms.
to.
Manarino, do you have a driving record?
I do, Your Honor. Mr. Ginyard, I have your driving record and it looks like they ran it, well, it's back at the end of 2018, it looks like. The only 2 suspensions I was showing at that time were out of Ipsy Township for both of them? But other than that, I don't show anything else.
Yeah, I paid all of that.
Okay.
And he does not have any clearances on these files, correct, Judge?
No, not on these files.
Okay, so Mr. Ginyard, you should be all set with these particular files at the 34th.
And Ms. Rapp will reach out with the referrals for you for either a Zoom AA or something like that, and then make the payments, no trouble for the 3 months, and we'll pull your record and dismiss it, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, you're all set. Thank you very much. Ms.
when I paid-
Manarino, pardon?
When I paid it $345, who do I make that out to?
You, at the 34th District Court, you can pay it online. You can come live to the court and pay it, or you can mail it in.
4th District Court. And you said I can pay online?
You can pay online at our website, or you can mail it in, or you can show up live at the court and pay it in person.
Okay, I most likely will pay online.
Okay.
If I get that paid today, then what?
Well, Miss Rapp's going to reach out to you with some AA meetings. If you give me proof of a half a dozen AA meetings over the next 3 months, then I'll close it out. Okay.
So I have to do more than one?
If you're doing the AA meetings, if you do an alcohol class, you just have to do 1 class.
Yeah.
Like what's the difference?
Miss Rapp will give you the options.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You're all set.
Okay. Thank you.
Judge.
Mr. Bowditch, I have, okay, and Miss Belcher, you're free to go. Miss Manarino, you're all set. Mr. Bowditch, I have Miss Michalak, Michalak. Can you hear me, Miss Jessica Michalak?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. It's set for a violation for non-compliance for treatment and testing. Mr. Bowditch, do you want a breakout room with her? Or do you want to talk?
Yes,
Rapp?
yes, Your Honor.
And
Thank
you're all set, Mr. Ginyard.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Miss Michalak, go ahead and hit join and Mr. Bowditch will meet you there.
Okay.
Mr. Mays, we're waiting on your client.
No problem, Judge. I can have him dial in, but he said that it was actually, I told him 12:15 and he said the PSI said 12:50.
It does, but if he dials in, we'll do it right now.
All right, I'll get him on. Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Shand, are you on Mr. Hobson's case? You're muted.
I saw it. Yes, I am.
Do you need a breakout room with Mr. Hobson or are you ready?
We're ready. We just talked this morning.
Okay, can you hear me, Mr. Hobson? Mr. Hobson? Apparently not.
Your Honor, he might have some difficulties. We had to do the interview over the phone, so if I need
You
to
want to
call
call your client, counsel, and just get him on the phone, and then we can just do it. We can do it that way.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Hello?
Dave, we're going to do this over the phone because you're having a problem with your connection.
Yeah, I can't get no audio. I can see you all, but I can't get no audio.
Well, that's fine. He can just stay like this then, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Any comments before I sentence him?
No, Your Honor, we had a chance to go over the pre-sentence report and the recommendations, and we think they're excellent. And we think it addresses the situation perfectly. So we have no additions, deletions, or corrections. We ask the court adopt them.
I am going to put you on probation for 6 months. You're to pay $600 in fines and costs, pay the probation costs, the state costs, the victim's fund fee, restitution to the city of Belleville. Serve 48 hours of community service at a nonprofit organization of your choice. Attend a level 1 alcohol education program within 30 days and follow that those recommendations with documentation of probation. Provide probation with a list of prescription medications within 30 days. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any alcoholic beverages or non-prescription controlled substances. And monthly testing with an ETG or directed as by probation department. It's $500 that he's going to pay, and then the balance in equal payments. I will tell you under the new sentencing guidelines that that once he completes and does everything he's supposed to do, that we can terminate his probation successfully anytime after 4 months.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
So Ms. Rapp will be in contact with you with your order of probation, and you are all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Mr. Mays on Mr. Dudek, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Versus Cody Dudek, do you need a breakout room or are you ready for the sentencing?
We're ready for sentencing unless, Mr. Dudek, are you good to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So we've reviewed the PSI, Your Honor. There's no corrections or deletions to be made. I just lost it on my phone. I had it pulled up. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
There we go. Mr. Dudek and I, we discussed what the level 1 alcohol education program is. I've explained that to him. You know, I don't think that there's any corrections or deletions to be made to the report here, or to the report. I don't think you're going to have any problems with Mr. Dudek. So I'd ask you to adopt the recommendation.
I am going to put you on probation for 6 months. You're to pay $500 in fines and costs, pay the probation costs, the state costs, the victim's fund fee, restitution to the arresting agency, serve 48 hours of community service at a nonprofit organization of your choice with documentation of probation, attend a level 1 alcohol education program and follow those recommendations. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any alcoholic beverages or controlled substances, and with a minimum of monthly testing with an ETG or directed by probation department. They'll divide out the fines and costs, as I indicated to the last defendant, that although he's on for 6 months under the new recommendations and guidelines, that he once he completes the everything, that if it's anytime after 4 months of probation, we can terminate him successfully early. Okay.
All right.
So any other, Mr. Dudek, Ms. Rapp will write everything up and be in touch with you with the payment plan and answer any questions you may have. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great
Thank you
day.
very much,
Mr. May.